Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Falcons. My name is Anthony.
And my name is Angela.
And this is K. Ross with the Morning News. Attention 8th grade homeroom teachers, please pass out the 8th grade promotion DVD and Best of K. Ross DVD. Order form only to students who are interested in purchasing them. If you need more, please send a student to room 4 to get more.
If you are 14 years old or older and you're interested in working this summer and earning some extra money, please see Mr. Mead or Albert for more information.
Attention all 8th grade students, the Knots and 8th grade Fun Night ticket sales have already started. Today the tickets cost $35. If you already have an annual Knots pass, it will cost $5. Tomorrow is the last day to buy your Knots tickets. If you haven't already, come out to the quad at lunch to turn in your forms.
If you're planning to not go to Knots, at least turn in your 8th grade Fun Night permission slips. Any 8th graders that go will get free food, drinks, game truck, laser tag, blow-up sports games, photo booths, and DJ all for free. Don't forget to turn in your forms so you can attend.
Track team members, we celebrate our track season by having a taco bar for lunch today. We will be meeting and eating in the main hallway. Please join us for lunch today and receive a terrific track meet.
All forms must be turned into ASB in the quad at lunchtime. Do not turn in your ASB forms through your homeroom teacher.
Attention 8th grade students, if you have ordered a Class of 2015 t-shirt and have not picked it up yet, please come to room 4 to pick it up.
Attention 8th graders, there are a limited supply of the Class of 2015 t-shirts still available to buy. It is first come, first served. Please come to see Mr. Yu in room 4 ASAP if you want to purchase one before they are sold out.
Do you want to win 2 free tickets to the Vans Warped Tour? For every $1 donated, you will receive a ticket. Write your name on the ticket and you'll be entered to win. See Mrs. Pilger, room 13, to make your donation.
Attention students, if you signed up for the staff versus students soccer game, please see the papers on room 4's door to see if you made it in.
Looks like it's time for another birthday shout out. K. Ross would like to give a birthday shout out to Critty from Megan, Natalia, Kiara, Asla, Guadalupe, Alexis, and everyone else who loves you. Happy birthday, Critty. We love you.
Kara also like to give a birthday shout out to Critty from Melanie, Carisha, Soraya, and everyone else who loves you. Happy birthday. We love you.
Now let's go to Kurt for the 5-day weather forecast.
Falcons, today will be 77 degrees, Friday 76, Saturday will also be 77 as well, Sunday 80, and Monday 82. The whole week will be partly cloudy except for today, which will be foggy. Hope you guys have a great day. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Kern.
We hope everyone has a nice day.
Go Falcons!
Hello, this is Andrea.
I'm Kalia,
and this is KSA News.
Today is June 18, 1775. Yesterday was the Battle of Bunker Hill and Breeds Hill, which was fought behind Charlestown. The militiamen had seized both Bunker and Breeds Hill, which alarmed the British, causing them to attack.
2 days ago on June 16th, about 1,000 militiamen built forts on top of Breeds Hill, ordered by Colonel William Prescott. They had originally been ordered to build them on top of Bunker Hill, but had chosen the smaller Breeds Hill.
Now we'll bring it to Samantha, who is interviewing a British soldier.
Hello, I'm Samantha, and I'm here with a British soldier, and he's going to answer a few questions about the battle. How many British soldiers participated in this battle?
There were 2,000 British soldiers. We had formed in ranks and marched up Breeds Hill. We were under the command of Major General William Howe and Brigadier General Robert Pigot.
Did the British or militiamen fire first?
As we got closer, the militiamen fired first. This had caused us to retreat. Once we reformed our lines, we attacked. We found out later that the militiamen were low on ammunition. On our third attack up the hill, we reached the fort and began fighting hand-to-hand combat.
Is there anything you remember from when you first attacked?
Yes. I remember Colonel William Prescott repeatedly telling his men, "Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes."
Why do you think he had told them that repeatedly?
I'm guessing he was trying to save the limited supply of ammunition they had.
Who won the battle?
We British won the battle. Although there was more than 1,000 men that were either killed or wounded, there were about 400 casualties for the militia men.
What is one thing you realize now after the battle?
One thing I realize is that the war with the colonies will be tough, costly, and long.
What makes you say this?
Although they are militia, they are motivated. They want freedom from Britain. I believe that since they are engaging in many wars, they are becoming more experienced, and they will become more confident. I don't believe they see this as a loss, but as an opportunity.
Thank you, soldier. Well, you heard it here on KSA News. The Battle of Bunker and Breed Hill. The British won at an enormous cost, but the militiamen are becoming experienced. This war will be tough, costly, and long. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Samantha. I wonder what the militia would have to say about the battle.
Me too. I believe they would say that even though they lost, they know they will do better next time because they are improving. Also, they believe that they actually won because even though the British took the hill, the British had about 1,000 casualties and the militia had 400. You know what else I wonder? Why did the militia choose Breed's Hill instead of Bunker Hill?
I think it had something to do with the fact that Breed's Hill is further south and within cannon range of Boston and British ships in the harbor. I think they were planning to attack them before the British had attacked them at the hill.
That's interesting. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching KSA News.
My name is Mason Gray and this is Boston News. I'm here today, April 20th, with a special moment news broadcast. We believe that British troops are coming to speak with the commander of our Massachusetts militia about our arms and ammunition storage at Concord. But sadly, they came here to destroy and arrest our fellow leaders Samuel Adams and John Hancock as well. Yesterday at the crack of dawn, a battle broke out between the militia and the British Army at the towns of Lexington and Concord. We have been informed that yesterday, just as the sun was rising, some 700 British troops arrived at Lexington and found our brave militiamen. We believe that the British commander ordered our militiamen to drop their muskets, but they refused. We still haven't gotten word on who fired first, but we do know that within a few minutes, 8 of our militiamen were dead. After that sad mess, the British troops had advanced onto Concord in search for our ammunition. Let's go to our on-scene reporter, Joshua Townhall, to get a better understanding of this sad event.
Thank you, Mason. We are on scene right now at Lexington, one day after the battle. As you can see, the geography here is full of trees, and right here on this clearing is where it all began. Captain John Parker led the Colonial Militia, or Minutemen, while John Pitcairn led the Redcoats of the British Army. Both commanders ordered to hold fire, but a shot was still fired. The shot still has an unconfirmed shooter, but according to witnesses, it's called the shot heard around the world. The Colonial Militia ended up retreating due to the Redcoats' speed and intimidation, losing 8 men and 10 wounded. The British regulars that took part in the battle yesterday were actually on their way to Concord in search for the rebel weapon cache under the orders of Lieutenant Colonel Francis Smith. Smith's expedition consisted of 700 men, but Pitcairn led a smaller company that was part of this expedition on their way to Concord. Once the expedition met in Concord in search for weapons, they realized that their loyalist connections were too late and that the rebels had already moved their cache. As the British left to march back to Boston, they were cut off by about 500 to 1,000 Colonial militia on the North Bridge and were defeated. Amongst the colonial casualties is gunsmith and colonial militia leader Isaac Davis, an ideal Minuteman. His militia were chosen for the frontal attack at Concord due to their training and equipment. The remaining British regulars retreated and continued their march onto Boston, but were still fired upon by the militias. Once Smith's men reached Lexington, they were rescued by reinforcements of Brigadier Hugh Percy. With combined forces, there were now about 1,700 British and safely made it to Charlestown. Along the way, the Minutemen continued to accumulate, joining the chase from the different cities on the way, which included Lincoln, Menominee, Cambridge, and near Boston. These forces blockaded the narrow land accesses between Boston and Charlestown, which started the siege of Boston. Now, before I hand it back over to you, Mason, we're running here with local militiaman Sean Prescott has to say.
I'm Sean Prescott, local leader and Minuteman from the town of Lexington. Early yesterday, as the first light of day appeared, we had received notice of the British troops' plan on advancing towards us from one of our captain's riders minutes before they arrived, and the local militia and I had been unprepared for the sudden notice. We first confronted the Redcoats around dawn, where about 80 of us were ordered to drop our muskets, but we all refused. I can't remember who exactly shot first, but after that, it was a full-fledged firefight. In just minutes, 8 of us dropped, and we had to retreat. I had been shot twice, but only in my left arm. We were able to retreat and make our way back, but damn, we took on that many troops.
Thank you for your time. The events that took place yesterday were part of something big, something so big, some believe that it will change us and this country for the better. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Joshua. Wow, yesterday was a crazy one for the colonies. But I'm sure that we'll avenge our fallen militiamen, and for the first time, the British saw our spirit for independence. That is all the time we have. Thank you all for tuning in on our morning news broadcast, and have a great day.
Good afternoon. It's an eventful day today in Pennsylvania. We have breaking news about the Quartering Act that was just passed earlier today on March 24, 1765. I'm Mary Dawson.
And I'm Sarah Davis, and this is the Colonial News here in Pennsylvania. Earlier today, the British Parliament passed the Quartering Act, stating that colonists have to help soldiers who are in need and to provide them with supplies.
The Quartering Act is addressing colonists to supply accommodations for British soldiers, which includes barracks, inns, barns, private homes, and even livery stables. It also states that colonists must provide them food, bullets, bedding, and anything else they need.
The Quartering Act is actually an extension of the Mutiny Act of 1689, which had clauses pertaining to the housing of British soldiers in homes in the American colonies. It really seems that the colonists have no say in the whole thing.
Now let's go to reporter Catherine, who is in Boston, with more information. Catherine?
Thank you, Mary. Right now I'm with General Thomas Gage in this library right now, and we're here to understand the dynamics of this act now. What is your opinion behind the Quartering Act?
Well, after the French and Indian War, England incurred tremendous amount of debt, and we cannot continue paying for the protection of the colonists. So the colonists has to bear some of the costs.
I see. England is in debt for defending the colonies. What is the main reason behind the act?
Well, we provide protection for colonists, and the colonists in exchange provide us with housing and provisions.
And how are the people reacting to it right now?
They are being unreasonable and not complying with the act.
What is the point of the Quartering Act?
Again, we are providing them with protection. At the same time, the colonists should incur the costs of providing us with food and provisions and housing.
Are you hoping the people will follow through with this act?
I hope so, because it's for their benefit, not us.
I see. Thank you, General. This is all from the General. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Catherine. Now, isn't that interesting how the people are rejecting to comply to the acts? Don't you think, Mary?
I'm not really sure what to think, considering that we haven't heard from the colonist side of the situation.
You're right. Right after this break, we will return with Catherine, who will be speaking to a female colonist about the act.
This is Michael Hammond, reporting you live from New York on July 3rd, 1767. Yesterday, Parliament passed the Townshend Acts. These acts have suspended New York's colonial assembly until they agree about housing for British troops stationed here, as well as placing duties, aka import taxes, on various popular goods brought to the colonies. Taxes made off these goods would then be used to pay salaries of British governors and officials stationed here in the colonies. Acts are to keep the colonies safe and pay off the debt Britain amassed protecting the colonies during the war. Now we know that acts are, but to find out why they're passed, Charles Townshend has agreed to talk to us during his annual visit to the colonies. Here is Charles Townshend.
Hello. Thank you for having me this fine day. I am more than happy to explain our purposes for putting the Townshend Act